In this video, Sam Shamoun explains the Holy Trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The doctrine of the Trinity teaches that there's one eternal being of God, and there are three eternal persons that possess the being of God. See, now I have to unpack that, right? Okay, let me repeat again. The doctrine of the Trinity teaches there is one eternal being of God, and there are three eternal persons who possess the being of God. Everyone with me here? Focus, right? Let me now explain the terms. What do we mean by one eternal being of God and three eternal persons? Okay. Why am I distinguishing the term being from person? Okay. The term being refers to the state in which someone or something exists. Your state of existence. Let me repeat it again. Being refers the state, the condition in which something or someone exists. In other words, everything, everyone has being. For example, this book has being. It has a state of existence. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hold it in my hand, right? But we have to be careful. When we talk about God's being is not physical, it's not spatial, it's not material. It simply means a state of existence. You have a state of existence. Your state of existence is that of humanity. A chair has a state of existence. It has being. Rock has a state of existence. It has being. So when you talk about being, you're talking about the existence of a thing or a person, the state in which a thing or person exists. You understand the term now? Being simply means existence, the way something or someone exists. You understand the meaning of the term? Now, if you understand the meaning of the term, here's something that's common sense to everyone. Not every being is personal. Not everything that has being has personhood. So you can have something that has being but is not a person. For example, my bottle has being, but it's not a person, right? This cap has being, it's not a person. This book has being, it's not a person. My chair has being, it's not a person. So differentiate between being and person. Everything that exists has being, has existence, but not everything that exists has personhood, is personal, has personality. Did that make sense? So we've just established being is not the same as person. That is foundation number one in the doctrine of the Trinity. So now let's go to the second foundation. The second foundation is there are three eternal persons that possess the one being of God. Okay, so now let's define the term person in reference to God. Are we ready? All glory to the triune God. If I'm successful, the triune God gets the glory for it. If you're understanding, thank the Holy Spirit for allowing you, enabling you to understand. Okay. By person, in reference to the Father, in reference to the Son, in reference to the Holy Spirit, I do not mean, here's where you're going to have to now erase this from your mind or include a further definition. Because when I said person to human being, what he's thinking of is, oh, a flesh and blood human being. No. No. By person, I mean the Father can speak and be spoken to. The Father has awareness. He's aware that he exists. And he's aware that others exist. The Father has emotions. The Father has a will, volition. The Father has a mind. So by person, in reference to the members of the Godhead, I do not mean the Father is a flesh and blood, finite human person. That's not how I'm defining the term person. The term person in reference to the Godhead means the Father has emotions. He loves. He gets angry. He gets hurt. He gets disappointed. He has a desire. He has a volition. He has will. He has a mind. He has thoughts. He has cognition. He's aware. He's aware that he exists. He's aware of his own existence. He's aware that other exists. That's what I mean by person. So you understand, you can have being but not personhood. You can have being but not personhood. So again, my cap, my bottle, they have being, they exist. But if I start talking to my cap and bottle, you're going to call Bellevue. For example, if I say, shut up! Don't you dare talk back to me. You don't taste too good today. Oh, really? Yeah? You're going to call Bellevue. Right? And if I pick up my book and I say, stop looking at me that way. You better smile now. You know you're all in caps, and that means you're being loud. Shut your voice. That's what I mean when I say the Father's a person, the Son is a person, and the Holy Spirit is a person. Now, Jesus becomes unique in that not only is he a divine person, he then took on a human nature and became a human being, but still remained one person. And that's a future talk. Right now, I want to focus on the members of the Godhead, the divine persons. The Father is a person. The Son is a person. The Holy Spirit is a person. Okay? The Son is an eternal divine person. The Father is an eternal divine person. The Holy Spirit is an eternal divine person. So do you understand that now? What do we mean by the doctrine of the Trinity? The doctrine of the Trinity teaches there's one eternal being of God. And yet there are three persons that possess this being that have eternally existed as God. Their existence has been eternally God. In other words, they exist as God. The state in which they exist is the state of God, being God. Right? Three. So, they are not the same person. They are different persons, which is why the Father can speak to the Son can speak to the Father, which is why the Father and the Son can instruct the Spirit, and the Spirit speak to the Father and the Son, which is why the Father can love the Son and the Spirit love the Son and the Father, and the Son love both, because they're not the same person. They're different persons who are aware that the other two exist. So the Father's aware, that's my Son, he's not me. That's my Spirit, and he's not my Son. And the Son is aware, that's the Spirit, that's the Father. They're not me, I'm not them. We are different, but we are one God.